any wedding or special occasion, I think you need to have some sort of a punch. So whether you're getting married, maybe having an anniversary party, or just having some people over this fall, we're going to make up a great fall harvest punch. So sometimes this is great for a wedding shower, like say if you're doing a wedding shower in the fall, or even this would be great for Halloween. So, you know, a punch just means a party to me, so let's get to it. And this one's really fun. It's a little different from, you know, some of the punches you're used to. And I have to thank the lovely ladies from Bouchard's who dressed up the set today. With their beautiful fall flowers. I got married in the summer, but you know what? I think I should have gotten married in the fall because I love the colors, the yellows and the oranges, and decorating with pumpkins and all that kind of good stuff. So big thank you to them. And isn't this pretty simple? You know, if you want to do something more simple, just a glass cylinder with a few flowers floating in there and the roses, and then a little candle on top. Just so elegant. I wish I had all these ideas when I got married 19 years ago. So anyway, I think I'm dating myself. Back to the punch. We're starting out with, go find a punch bowl. You can pick one up at a garage sale. You can pick one up, you know, at Goodwill, or just shop around for one. Go find it. Maybe you've got one somewhere in the basement or in the attic or something. I know I have someone somewhere, but we borrowed this one from Deb. So Deb, it's the perfect size for this punch. Find a pretty punch bowl or a pretty glass bowl, and we're starting with 32 ounces of apple juice because, you know, fall and apples and that whole thing. This is a really easy punch to make. The next thing we're going to add is 1 container of frozen cranberry concentrate. This is just cranberry juice concentrate. Really sweeten that punch up and give it a pretty color. There we go. All right, now we're going to add a little orange juice. And I always put a little orange juice when I do hot apple cider. Something about, and we've got 1 cup of orange juice, by the way. Something about the combination of apple and orange just really works. And it's just very fall-like. I don't know, just I think a little addition of, you know, when you're just making hot apple cider at home, if you just throw in an orange slice, it just makes it even better. So isn't this gorgeous? Doesn't this say fall right here? And we're not done yet. I think we need a little sparkly. Now, there are 2 different options. You know, we're celebrating today, so we've got some champagne. So if you're going to have some champagne at your wedding, this is a pretty one for fall. It's a sweet rosé, great color. Isn't that gorgeous? So you can do this, and think about that. Even if, you know, you can't do an open bar, you know, it's nice to have a champagne toast. Even if you're doing a non-alcoholic, a sparkling non-alcoholic wine, just something pretty to celebrate the occasion. But look at that, the color on that. And rosé sparkling wines are very in right now, and just gorgeous. So we can at this point put 6 cups of champagne into this punch and make it an alcoholic punch, or we can just keep it so that everyone can enjoy it, the kids as well. And we're going to do ginger ale in this punch. So this recipe calls for 6 cups of ginger ale, which is exactly, I don't know. Ann, did you do the math on this? She says it's exactly 4 cans, so we're going to go with that. And it's really important to have all of these cold when you're making the punch, because we don't want this punch, you know, nobody likes a warm punch. And we don't want to have to put ice cubes in there because we don't want to water it down. So 4 cans. I think a lot of people don't do punches anymore. And you know what? They should. Punch and cake just means to me, it's just a celebration. All right, so we got our ginger ale in here, and it's all sparkly and fizzy and wonderful. Or as I said, you could do champagne, or you could do a combination of the 2, ginger ale and champagne. Totally up to you how you get that fizzy in there. Now, we made, again, we want to keep this nice and cool. You don't want to put a bunch of ice cubes in here because that would totally dilute the punch. So we made a wonderful ice ring, and I did this last night, and it was so easy. You can just pick up one of these molds, or you can even just do in a regular ice cube tray. I just took some cranberry juice and I froze it, and I threw some fresh cranberries in here, and this is the only tricky part. This way it'll keep the punch cold, but it won't dilute the punch. And hopefully it will stay in ring form. Mine didn't, but it'll probably break up pretty quickly on you anyway. But it'll definitely keep it chilled, and it won't water it down. We were trying to time that just perfectly so that it would be frozen enough to come out of the ring mold, but yet, you know, stay frozen as well. To loosen that up, we took a little bit of cold water, and I think ours sat in there just a little bit long, but it'll all melt anyway, and it's just going to look gorgeous and taste gorgeous anyway. So, you know, don't stress out about the little things. Looking back on my wedding, I stressed out about so many little things, and, you know, it's just, they're not important. It'll all be wonderful in the end. So if your ring and your punch bowl breaks up a little bit, no big deal. Now, notice how I'm going to garnish this punch, and I'm slicing the apples, very thin slices, and I'm slicing them horizontally right across the apple, because that way I'm going to get a little bit of the inside seed pattern. It's really going to look pretty, and these are going to float right on top, and that's really important too. Think about garnish when you're doing, think about the pretty things, you know, that are so simple. I mean, this is so easy to do. So we're going to float some of these gorgeous apples in here. We have some of the cranberries in there from our ice ring. I'm going to also add some more cranberries. But that's a pretty way to display rather than just doing ordinary apple slices, to slice them horizontally. And then how about a little orange in here too? Slice that up, give it some nice flavor, and then maybe when you're serving it, people get a little bit of fruit in their glass, which is always kind of festive, I think. It's starting to smell really good. So we'll float some of those oranges in here. Isn't that gorgeous? And simple and not expensive. You know, if you do a big punch bowl, I know we're all trying to save money, and let me tell you, weddings can cost a fortune. So, you know, you look for those little ways to save money. And, you know, to do a punch at a rehearsal dinner or pre-wedding party or something like that saves you from, you know, having to do a whole bar and all sorts of things like that. So a good thing to think about. And then maybe drop in some more cranberries, and I don't know about you, but I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. So there you go, a wonderful harvest punch for a wedding, an anniversary, any kind of occasion. And we're just getting this whole wedding party started. We have some really fun stuff coming up. Later I'm going to make some delicious spiced nuts.